Are you ready to go live with your broadcast now? Yes, start now.
You get your shakers?
All right, so we're gonna let people in.
You have lots of people?
We have a few people.
Great.
I'm gonna make you the co-host.
To the live streaming service, but it will launch us
Whoa.
at 10:15.
Something is talking to me.
Which should be right now. Or I can just say start broadcast.
Broadcast.
Less than a minute.
Okay,
So nervous.
well,
I don't know why.
For those of you who are joining us on Zoom, welcome. I will just tell you that the noise you just heard was that today we are experimenting with something called simulcasting, which means that hopefully this video is live on orkodesh.org/streaming. And we're also broadcasting it to all of the Facebook channels, Or Kodesh's Facebook channel and ABRS's Facebook channel and YouTube and my personal page, just to see what the power of this technology is. I'm not going to say that we're going to broadcast ABRS Tefillah every week by all those channels, but it's an opportunity for us to test. So welcome if you're here in the Zoom room with us, and welcome if you are joining us on one of those various channels. I hope that this is coming through loud and clear, and let us know certainly if it is. So Leah and I had a text message exchange this morning in which she said, you know what, it's a beautiful day outside, and I really think that we should start the day with Moda'ani or Moda'ani. And I want to say that I tried going outside and my computer was not so good about the heat. So I decided to come back in. But I hope that you have spent some time outside this morning. Of course, the morning is sometimes the most tolerable time to be outside. At least, you know, in the DC muggy heat. And then I said to Leah, well, what tune do you like for this prayer, right? This prayer is the one that we say when we get up in the morning. And she said, I know it's late morning, but it's probably still okay. And I agree. So this prayer, Moda ani lefanecha. If we identify male, we say Modeh. If we identify female, we say Moda. We say Ani lefanecha. I offer thanks. I am grateful to you, God, ever living sovereign, for having restored my soul to me in mercy. How great is your trust, or our trust in you. And I'm going to put that out there because I actually want to sing both tunes. Since we say that, you know, these are both ABRS davening opportunities and also jam sessions, I figured it can't hurt us to say it twice. And I want to say that I want to ask you to tell me, maybe in the chat, or maybe tell me later, which of these you liked better. Because I think that they each, and I'm going to take a note one more time of the words, Modeh or Moda ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehechazarta bi nishmati bechemla rabba emunatecha. And I'm going to take those words off so we can really see each other, or mainly so that I can see you. And I'm going to ask you to listen and sing along with each of these tunes. I think that they each give us the opportunity to acknowledge God and to acknowledge God's contribution to our being here this morning in very different ways. So the first one is by my teacher, Cantor Jeff Klepper, and his writing partner, Rabbi Danny Friedlander. This is the one that Leah recommended, and this is the one I remember singing at camp 100 years ago. So you know, as long as it's summer, we might as well do the one we used to sing at camp. It goes like this. Sing along with me. one. And I saw Wesley clapping. And the next one is a little more, I would say, meditative. This one is by Daphna Rosenberg from Nava Tehillah. And I'll just ask you to consider which of these is helping you express your gratitude this morning. It goes like this. Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Melech chai v'kayam, shechezat bi nishmati, shechezat bi nishmati, v'chemna, v'chemna, Rabbi Munatecha, v'chemna, v'chemna, Rabbi Munatecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Melech chai v'kayam, shechezat bi nishmati, shechezat bi nishmati, v'chemna, v'chemna, Rabbi Munatecha, v'chemna, v'chemna, Rabbi Munatecha. One last time. Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Melech chai v'kayam, shechezat bi nishmati, shechezat bi nishmati, v'chemna, v'chemna, Rabbi Munatecha, v'chemna, v'chemna, Rabbi Munatecha. So I'm going to ask you to put in the chat which of those options spoke to you or sang to you this morning anyway, in your expression of gratitude to God. And I hope that, we each have the opportunity to say to God, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thanks for helping me wake up this morning, whether I woke up with the help of an alarm clock or I woke up with the help of some caffeine or coffee for those of us who did that this morning. I am going to project now onto our screen at Birchot HaShachar, which we're going to say together when I can find it. This is the problem with Zoom. You have to have things open. Oh, because it had Modani on it. I just projected it. I may have accidentally closed the window. All right, well, here we go. This is a lesson in preparing for Zoom. Here was Modani, or Modani, and we're going to stand up as we say the 15 blessings which start our morning. Remembering that 15 is a key number for us because 15 is the number that is expressed in God's name, which is spelled Yud and Hey, Yud being 10 and Hey being 5. So we acknowledged God and said, thank you, God, for this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning. I spent some time outside. I appreciated your nature. I appreciated, God, that you're helping my plants grow. We have some tomato plants and basil growing in my backyard and a squash plant that's growing by accident, and that's a story I'll tell you some other time. And all of the things that got us to this point of the morning at 10:25 a.m. on the east coast of North America, and we are going to say these 15 blessings, Birchot HaShachar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasech v'ivina lehavchin ben yom uven laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani betzalmo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat chorin. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaver. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael bigvura. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael betif'ara. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya'ef koach. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir sheina me'enai utenuma me'af apai. We may be seated as we cruise right along to Ashrei. Again, we started with gratitude and more gratitude and blessing. And Ashrei is a statement of how great God is. Traveling to the Shema and to the Amidah, Ashrei helps us warm up our kishkas for the work that we're doing of tefillah. And as always, give a wave because Ashrei is an acrostic. So give a wave when we get to the letter, which starts with the first letter of your name. Ashrei yoshevei veitecha od yahalelucha sela. Ashrei ha'am shekacha lo. Ashrei ha'am she'Adonai Elohav tehila leDavid. Aleph, aromimcha Elohai hamelech va'avarcha shimcha leolam va'ed. Bet, bechol yom avarcheka va'halela shimcha leolam va'ed. Gimel, gadol Adonai umhulal me'od veli gedulato ein cheker. Dalet, dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha ugevurotecha yagidu. Hey, hadar kevod hodecha v'divrei nifleotecha asicha. Vav, ve'ezuz noreotecha yomeru ugdulatecha asaperena. Zayin, zecher rav tuvcha yabi'u v'tzidkatecha yiranenu. Chet, chanun v'rachum Adonai erech apayim ugdo chased. Tet, Tov Adonai lakol v'rachamav al kol ma'asav. Yud, yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha v'chasidecha yevarechucha. Kaf, kevod malchutecha yomeru ugvuratecha yedaberu. Lamed, lehodia livnei adam gevurotav uchvod hadar malchuto. Mem, malchutecha malchut kol olamim umem shaltecha bechol dor vador. Whoops, no, we go to samech. Somech Adonai lechol hanofelim v'zokef lechol hakefufim. Ayin, einei chol elecha yisaberu ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam be'ito. Pei, poteach et yadecha umasbia lechol chai raton. Tzadi, tzadik Adonai bechol derachav v'chasid bechol ma'asav. Kuf, karov Adonai lechol kore'av lechol asher yikra'u be'emet. Resh, ritzon yirei av ya'aseh ve'et shav'atam yishma v'yoshi'em. Shin, shomer Adonai et kol ohavav ve'et kol harisha'im yashmir. Taf, tehilat Adonai yedaber pi vivarech kol basar shem kodsho leolam va'ed va'anachnu nevarech yah me'ata ve'ad olam. Hallelujah. Nice. Good job, everybody. I saw Eitan waving at Aleph. That was so great. And we are going to travel to the Shema. Now, of course, we already did gratitude and we warmed up, and now Shema is the absolute statement of belief. We say, God, you are our God. You are the one supporting us through this day. And through our entire lives, and then we travel, of course, from there to the Amidah, where we are finally ready to ask for what we need, and then sandwiched between statements of belief and statements of gratitude. So, because it's good advice. If you ever want something from somebody, you should start by telling them how great they are, telling them what you appreciate about them, and then ask for what you need. And then at the end, when they give you what you need, or even before they give you what you need, tell them that you're grateful. This is a model that we use as we model for our relationship with God, but also our relationships we have with other people. We are going to do the Shema. We raise our dominant hand in order to focus. We put it over our eyes. Achat, shtayim, shalosh. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Having said that, we're keeping God, of course, in our hearts, in our souls. We are traveling to the Amidah, and we rise and we face east. Again, as a reminder, we face east, but try not to face toward a mirror or toward a bathroom, which I know is hard if you're facing your computer and you can see yourself. So I'm going to aim my body kind of this way so that I'm not looking at myself. But, if you want to read the words off the computer, that's okay too. So we are taking 3 steps back with the 6 words at the top of the slide. Adonai, Sifatai, Tiftach. 3 steps forward, Ufi, Yagid, Tilatecha, and we make sure that our feet and our legs are together like they are. We are modeling after the angels who in the book of Ezekiel we're told only have 1 foot, and we bow, bending our knees. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'Konei Hakol Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot U'Mevi Goel Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. We bend our knees and we bow. Baruch Ata Adonai Magen Avraham Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechaye Mitim Ata Rav Lehoshia Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed Mechaye Mitim Berachamim Rabim Somech Nofelim V'Rofei Cholim U'Matir Asurim U'Mkayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Mi chamocha bal gevurot umi domelach melech meimit umchaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata lehachayot meitim Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hametim ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kedoshim bechol yom yehallelucha selah Baruch ata Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. As we continue privately, you might consider thinking about something you're asking for help with this week. When you're finished thinking about something you're asking for, you might consider thinking about something you're thankful for. We always finish the Amidah with a prayer for peace, taking 3 steps back. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru Amen. Before we are seated, is somebody drawing on my screen? I'm going to clear the annotations over here. Yeah, somebody's drawing. Please don't do that. We are going to stay standing for Aleinu, Achad Shtayim Shalosh. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, lated gedula liotzer v'reshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם. We bow ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה השמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב עיקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגולי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. And we continue at the box at the bottom of the next paragraph. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad. We can be seated. I think we've gotten to the end of my slides. And we're going to jam for a minute. I'm going to sing, we're going to sing a couple of our favorites. But I want to tell you that next week is going to be a little bit different. Because this Wednesday is Rosh Chodesh. And this Wednesday is Rosh Chodesh of the month of Av, or what's sometimes called Menachem Av, right? The comforted Av, I guess, or comforting. But Av is the month in which we commemorate the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem twice, once in 586 BCE and once in 70 of the Common Era. So it's been about 2,000 years since that last occurrence. And of course, Tisha B'Av is the time we read Eicha, the book of Lamentations, and there's a lot of sadness, and it's a fast day. But one of the things that leading up to that, so Rosh Chodesh is the beginning of the month. Tisha B'Av, as you know, Tisha means 9, so Tisha B'Av is the 9th of the month of Av. So Rosh Chodesh starts Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Tisha B'Av starts the following, right, the next week, Wednesday night, Thursday. So I think that's July 29th. And our tradition is that during the month of Av, in the days leading up, starting with Rosh Chodesh and leading up to the 9th of Av, we don't play instruments. In fact, there are some people who don't play instruments or don't go to theater and don't go to movies or whatever for the whole 3 weeks before. But even if you do that in the 3 weeks before, there are many of us don't play instruments or use instruments in the week leading up to Tisha B'Av. And so our Sunday morning tefillah is not going to include instruments. So we may do some singing. We're certainly going to do the davening that we typically do. But I'm just not going to bring the guitar next week. And that'll be a little bit of a different experience for all of us. So 2 songs about peace, because, you know, in ABRS we're all about peace, but also this one of the things the world seems to need right now. And I'll just say that Tisha B'Av, and one of the things maybe we'll talk about next week, is that we like to focus Tisha B'Av on ways that we can repair the world. And so, of course, bringing peace is one of those ways that we do that. So we're going to sing 2 songs, and then I'll see you then. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. One more time. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. I'm gonna change the key on that. Let's try it again. Oh.